Welcome to the next episode of Decants with D. I am Dietmar Ostermann. I'm your host tonight, and I'm the regular guy from Long Island. Super Tuscans.
Super Trooper.
Super Tuscans. A legendary wine from the Tuscan region in Italy. Here is the story with the Super Tuscans. In the around 1940s, some rogue winemakers in Italy that didn't want to follow the strict rules of how to produce the Sangiovese wine and make the Chiantis that are so popular and so common around Tuscany, they brought French Cabernet Sauvignon into the region around Bulgaria by the coast, Tuscan coast, and decided to plant those and make some wine based out of French Cabernet Sauvignon. But that wasn't allowed with the system at that time, where you had to use certain wine, the Sangiovese grape, to certain percentages and after strict rules. But his name is Marchese Mario Incisa della Rochetta. He was the one who bought a vineyard and planted, together with a horse farm, some initial wines, French Cabernet Sauvignon, and made his wine. And the wine was so good that the legendary Antinori vineyard and winemaker convinced him to sell more and produce more. And then, of course, after a few years, maybe 10, 20 years later, Antinori himself went into the region, bought some land, and also started the trend of making non-conform Italian wine. And they used the Cabernet grape, they used the Merlot grape, and they used the Cabernet Franc grape for the most part, but sometimes also they used some Shiraz. And of course, to some degree, the local Sangiovese grape. And after many of fights with the classification system, they created their own classification system, and they just simply called these wines Super Tuscan. The legendary first four are Sassicaia, Solaia, Ornellaia, and Tignanello. Those are the originals, and those are the best. I have here a Sassicaia, recognizable with the blue emblem on the beige label, and also the blue cap. And the Tignanello, which is Antinori's wine, is recognizable beige label with the Italian writing on it and the red cap. I don't have on here right now the Ornellaia and the Solaia. They have very remarkable caps as well. I remember the Solaia has a bright orange cap on it, and they all have these beige labels. I wanted to try with you today the Tignanello, and I have selected out of my cellar a 10-year-old 2010 Tignanello. And 2010 was an average year. This one was scored by Wine Spectator 92 points. The 2015 that I have here was rated 97 points. And the 2016 of the Tignanello was also rated 97 points. So if you can get your hands around those vintages, 2015, 2016, they are the collectible ones. And these bottles, when they first come out, run about $110, $115. I think you can still buy the legendary good 2015 and 2016 for about $130, $140 on Vivino. So Super Tuscans are allowed now to be 0 to 100% Cab, or 0 to 100% Merlot, or 0 to 100% Cabernet Franc, or 0 to 50% Shiraz, or 0 to 50% Sangiovese, with a second or third wine in it, blended, but the blended portion of the second and third wine cannot exceed 30%. Those are some of the basic rules. And then they need to be at least aged 2 years, of which one has to be in French oak. But now, without any further ado, let's open up this 2010. So I'm very interested to see how I like the 2010 Tignanello today. Let's decant it. It's a beautiful purple color. Typically the Super Tuscan wines are very much in your face, food forward Italian wines. And the blending that's happening here is taking the edge off from the otherwise very tannin-rich Sangiovese grape. So this Antinori Tignanello is 85% Sangiovese, 10% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 5% Cabernet Franc. Let's pour a little bit into the glass. It has a very typical Tuscan color, but a little bit darker than typically a Chianti would be, because of the blending that has taken place here. It's a beautiful dark color, it's not see-through. There's some good lines in the glass indicating high alcohol content, 14% alcohol. That's at the medium to high level. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. There's some blackberry in here, but there's also, I believe, some raspberry that I'm detecting. Overall, a very elegant, rich, elegant aroma. It does smell like a older, elegant wine. Let's give it a whirl. Very even keeled, well balanced, strong bite on the tongue. There are some tannins left. I do continue to have the mouth full of blackberry. That is the overbearing grape. Medium long finish. A little bit too much of a bite. I'm almost thinking that the 2010 may already be a little bit past its prime and would have been better in 2018 or in 2019 to drink. But overall, a strong wine. I give it in my own scale a 4.0 Vivino rating. That is it on my little discussion of the Super Tuscans. And if you like it, press like right here, press subscribe right here, and follow me on Vivino. See you next Sunday.